Let's get right into this. Number 10. Egyptian light bulb carvings in temples. They say ancient Egyptians carved a giant light bulb in the Temple of Dendera, proof they had electricity before Edison, or maybe just history's most confusing group project. The bulb was likely a lotus and a snake, not an ancient lamp. But hey, admit it, those carvings do look like someone discovered Home Depot early. Scientists found no wires, no copper traces, just symbols of creation, not illumination. Yet the myth glows on, because we love imagining geniuses hiding in the past. Maybe the real spark wasn't electrical, but spiritual, the power to create meaning out of mystery. We invented Edison, they invented eternity. Light or not, they still outshined us in patience, precision, and storytelling carved in stone. Number 9. Indian Vimana texts describing flying machines. Ancient India had flying aircraft called Vimanas. Of course, because when your gods are already levitating, who needs gravity? The Vaimanika Shastra describes metals, engines, even pilot diets until it suddenly sounds like Sanskrit fanfiction. Modern analysis? The designs wouldn't fly unless hope counts as fuel. Yet ancient India mastered math, metallurgy, and city planning, while the West still worshipped fire. Maybe the Vimanas weren't about flight, but about imagination's altitude, planes or poems. Both break limits. Thousands of years later, we're still chasing sky with more noise and less wisdom. Turns out they reached space first, just the inner kind. Number 8. Mayan crystal lenses with optical precision. Archaeologists found Mayan crystal lenses so perfectly polished they could start fires or magnify like microscopes. So either aliens were running an optometry shop or Mayans just didn't believe in mediocrity. Modern jewelers still struggle to match that precision without power tools. The lenses were quartz, harder than steel, crafted smooth by hand. No blueprints, no lasers, just obsession and time. Imagine focusing sunlight so sharp it burns through centuries. Today, we break our phone cameras and call it innovation. The Mayans built clarity out of chaos. Maybe the secret wasn't alien help, it was human patience with godlike eyesight. Number 7. Sumerian star charts showing distant planets. The Sumerians mapped planets invisible to the naked eye, like Neptune thousands of years before telescopes. Either they had space telescopes made of clay, or they just stared long enough for the universe to blink first. Their cuneiform tablets describe planetary motions so precise, it still lines up with modern astronomy. Historians say they guessed from patterns, but guessing an entire solar system feels like the luckiest Powerball ever. These weren't cavemen, they were the first data analysts, chiseling Excel sheets into stone. Meanwhile, we can't even predict next week's traffic. Maybe they didn't need telescopes. Maybe they just paid attention. The cosmos rewards curiosity, not equipment. Number 6. Greek fire formula lost to time. Greek fire, an ancient weapon that burned even on water. Imagine medieval napalm in a clay jar. The Byzantines guarded its recipe so tightly it died with them, like a family secret gone horribly right. Historians think it mixed petroleum, quicklime, and sulfur. Basically a flaming cocktail of chaos. Sailors watched oceans ignite and realized hell floats. The formula's lost, but its paranoia survived. Every empire since has had its version of classified. Maybe Greek fire wasn't just chemistry, it was a warning that humans shouldn't mix power with pride. They burned ships. We burn servers. Progress, same smell, different fuel. Number 5. Roman surgical tools identical to modern scalpels. 2,000 years ago, Romans had surgical scalpels, bone drills, even forceps, crafted so perfectly they'd pass for stainless steel today. They performed cataract surgery before discovering germs, proving confidence sometimes precedes comprehension. Their hospitals looked like temples. Their doctors wore tunics instead of scrubs, but somehow, half the patients lived. That's practically modern success rates on a bad day. These people treated infections with wine and prayers, yet their instruments were ergonomic masterpieces. Maybe progress isn't a straight line. It's a loop with sharper tools. We upgraded anesthesia, not accuracy. The Romans sliced with art. We just bill for it. Number 4. Chinese mercury rivers under pyramids. Legend says the first emperor of China was buried in a palace of stars, floating on rivers of mercury. Ancient historians described the tomb glowing with liquid light, and centuries later, scientists found mercury levels in the soil high enough to make your brain tap dance. Either he achieved immortality or invented pollution. The emperor believed mercury granted eternal life. Ironic, since it kills faster than politics. But that's humanity's signature, chasing forever with poison. We still do it, just swap elixir for energy drink. Qin Shi Huang didn't find immortality, but he did prove something timeless. Ambition will always outlive wisdom. Number 3. Babylonian batteries lighting clay lamps. The Baghdad battery. Clay pots with copper rods and vinegar residue. Some say they powered lamps 2,000 years before electricity was a thing. Others say they just stored hope. Even if they barely sparked, that spark mattered. Ancient tinkerers were experimenting with invisible forces, while everyone else still blamed thunder on gods. It's comforting, really. We've always been curious enough to electrocute ourselves for knowledge. The Babylonians didn't invent iPhones, but they might have made the world's first low-voltage mistake. We call it science now, but the impulse hasn't changed. Poke mystery until it glows or explodes. Number 2. Inca's anti-seismic wall engineering. Inca walls survived earthquakes that erased entire cities. No mortar, no metal, just stones cut so precisely you can't fit a credit card between them. Each block fits into others like a 3D puzzle designed by perfectionists with OCD and granite. When modern architects studied them, they found the stones tilt slightly, absorbing shock like a drunk boxer dodging hits. We call it engineering, they called it prayer. The irony: the Spanish tore many down to build churches that later collapsed. Maybe the Incas didn't worship gods in their temples. Maybe their temples were the gods, balanced by faith and geometry. Number 1. The metallic spheres found inside ancient coal. Miners found perfectly round metallic spheres inside 3-billion-year-old coal, smooth, symmetrical, and clearly not shaped by boredom. Scientists say they're natural concretions, but nature doesn't usually manufacture chrome-finish bowling balls. If they really are ancient artifacts, someone had machine precision before multicellular life, or maybe Earth just likes trolling us. Every mystery feels like proof of aliens until you realize the universe doesn't owe you explanations. These spheres remind us how little we know about our own planet. The past isn't dumb, it's just better at keeping secrets. We dig for truth, but sometimes the truth buries us first.